Yo, hi people. So this is Nana SA once again. I think everybody may be asking, yo, what's happening with his army jacket? There is a story behind it. And I think I'm really, really happy having to share a story which, coincides with a very important person. I am here today wearing my army uniform that I walked out of, my last posting as a British Army soldier. This is exactly what I wore when I was leaving the service about 6 years ago. And, since then I've never worn it. But the very interesting thing is, when I wore it today or when I started ironing it, what came to my mind is this particular uniform has got a big story behind it, which, sometimes we never talk about it. And I've never spoken to anybody about it, including my family. But before then, I managed to get in touch with somebody which my army career actually coincided with him. Okay, so I've got before me a very, he's an achiever. He's my big boss. Okay, but he definitely plays everything down to say, you know what, there is
You are the
nothing
big
like
boss.
that. No. Listen to me. My name is Nana SA. I run a project called Black Next Gen, and basically what we're doing is we go around the country, and we'll be looking to go global as well. Looking for black people, brown people, people from minority backgrounds who've got stories to tell. So just like I've said, just a little bit. Yeah, I joined the British Army, about 15 or 16 years ago. I did my time. But lo and behold, I met this very individual in the British Army, and we, our lives coincided. We trained together, and we all served as soldiers. But I think the main, I'm not gonna go too much ruffling. Please introduce yourself so that people know who I'm talking to today.
Yeah, big boss. Hi, everyone. My name is Aaron Kodua, and currently, I live in Crewe and originally from Ghana. And as my big boss said, we both trained our first, when we went to recruitment event, and then we started our training. We actually started the same day on the same camp, training together, and it was tough. So that's a bit about myself. I'm currently, working with the railway industry. And,
hold on a minute. We're not gonna go into the real wheels now. Aaron is going. A big story. We would have to look at his time from the British Army.
Right. Yeah.
No. Before you joined the British Army, let's talk about that. We will talk about the British Army times. Aaron had a big dip. To be very honest, and I definitely have to respect him and his family for basically being able to survive a very big, traumatic event. I take my hat off, and he's already, apart from all the ups and downs, Aaron is a very strong guy, and I really respect yourself and your family. The dips did not really keep you there. You continue to excel, and he's written a book, he's a station master of a train, station. Guys, just hold on as we talk to Aaron, okay? He is my trailblazer for today, and I'm really, really humbled for the opportunity today. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so Aaron, just like we started talking about, talk us through, before you joined the British Army, how was life like for you?
Before I joined the British Army, as I previously said, that when I came from Ghana to UK, I was just living, in London with my uncle for some few months, and then I had to move from my uncle, and then just go and look for a job myself, and then just go and rent my own place, and then to start life, by myself, and in the town that I even moved in, I didn't know anybody else.
Okay.
So it got to a point where, when I was moved from my uncle's house, it was the first week pay, because I used to get paid weekly.
Okay.
So the first week pay was what I used to go and rent, like a box room, as they used to call it, in London. Yeah. And then I got to a point where when I used that money to just go and rent my own house, my own room, I didn't have enough money even to eat.
So you rented a box room,
Yeah.
but now you have your own house as well.
Well,
praise to God.
Yeah,
that's part of the journey.
It's a long journey, So,
go ahead. Talk us
Yeah,
through
so I quite remember, like the first that week after I moved, I have to go in a bus. I have to take a bus to just all the way down to where my uncle was, just to go and eat.
Okay.
And then travel back. So it took all that for a week before I got paid again. To just get my own utensils, my cooking stuff, and everything. To just start life again. So prior to that, say moving on from there. Say life was a bit hard.
Okay.
It was really hard because it was only me, and then they're starting my life in UK. So it got to a point where I quite remember one day that I had no money, So and I was counting some, them pennies. I was counting all them pennies so that I can get enough to go to Lidl.
Okay.
To go and get some kind of noodles or something like that, just to, get something to eat, basically.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough. Yeah. So I remember calling my mom in Ghana and then telling her that, Mom, I've had enough, I'm coming home.
Wow.
Yeah. I said I want to come home because it is not easy, for me.
Let me just say something quickly.
So,
if anybody is out there who has gotten to the point thinking, you know what, I've lived here, things are not working, I want to go back, to wherever I'm coming from. You've got a story, somebody sharing his own experience of where he hits the climax, feeling that it wasn't going to work, he wanted to go back home. But I think something that I continue to say is sometimes you have to persevere.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I believe in as much as things were so difficult, you made the decision at a point in time to join the British Army.
Of course.
What happened?
Yeah. So when I was going through them turbulent times where I thought to myself, listen, I'm struggling, I need to go back home. So I spoke to my mother, and my mother said, I will send him some money. So my mom actually sent me some money from Ghana.
Okay.
For me to survive that few months.
Mom, most respect to you.
Yeah. Mom is in heaven now, so
okay.
Bless her soul. So and then after that, I was able to survive that few months, and then I said, listen, I need to persevere. So I started, doing some kind of jobs with some agency. I applied with some agencies, and then working with some of the agencies. But the problem with agencies is that today they give you a job, tomorrow there's no job.
Okay.
And then you've also got your bills to pay. You've got your rent to pay. You've got to survive.
Yeah.
So, and I quite remember the last time that I remember that I was working with the agency was they sent me to this they sent me to this warehouse for me to go and work. And then I had an accident. I caught myself. So, and then because I caught myself, they asked me to go home.
Okay.
I went home, and then they didn't call me back again.
Okay.
For me to get they didn't give me any other job again.
Okay.
So I got injured. I caught myself, and I was bleeding there. So they sorted it out. I I went home, and then that was it. I didn't hear from them again.
Oh dear.
So I had to look for a different. I said, listen, I just need a permanent job. So I just felt I just want something that is more stable. And then I said career-wise. So I just decided that, why didn't I join the army?
Okay.
So that was where the idea stemmed from.
Let me share something quickly. So this is project called Black Next Gen. Has got nothing to do with the British Army. I'm not doing no PR for the British Army. But lo and behold, this is somebody who was thinking, you know what, I need a career. I need something which is permanent. And for that reason, Aaron decided he's joining the British Army. I believe there are a lot of young people there who are actually looking for opportunities to find permanent jobs.
Yeah.
There are a lot of parents out there who are thinking, you know what, in terms of careers, can we even consider the British Army or, anything to do with the forces? My story is totally different. When I told my mom I'm joining the British Army, she nearly collapsed, right? Because in my family, army is a big no-no. But lo and behold, I had to find my own path. Talk us through, you joining the British Army. How was it like?
As you know, so when I did all the application process and we had to go for all these runs and all these tests, mile and a half, transitioning from a civilian into a soldier, it was tough. It was really tough. So have to go through all the training, running and all that. So I have to do some fitness first.
Okay.
That run on my own, do all this and that. And then when I was ready and I just applied for that, I just went through it. And then I passed all those selection process and everything.
Okay.
And then that's when I met you at the station.
Whoa. Okay, guys. So listening, what I'm basically doing, and that's a series, and I will definitely want you to put in your comment if you think it's something which is worth it. So when we joined the British Army, you know, when we met at Bassimbon, there were a whole lot of us. Okay, but in as much as we joined the British Army, we were made to know straight away we were called foreign and Commonwealth soldiers.
Yes.
Whether we lived here, you know, yeah, we were called foreign and Commonwealth soldiers, right? So what I am aiming to do as Black Next Gen is I am going around looking for all the guys that I joined the army with, okay? Yeah. So I found Aaron first, and I never even knew that he was called Aaron. I knew him by his surname, Kodia.
Kodia.
Okay?
Probably Kodia.
Yeah. There is a story behind it, you know? Dear. We've all got the names which were twisted, you know. My Mensa was referred to as Menesh, you know. And it was amazing. So I will be going around looking for all the guys that I served with. I will be doing interviews with them. And yeah, please let me know if you think, yeah, these are the information that we would like to know. So, Kodia, we met at Bassimbon.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Phase one.
Phase one.
Talk me through. How was it like for you?
Phase one was tough because, like, I remember the first day that we said I got on the train, and then they came and they met us at the station. That's the day one for basic training. They met us at the Bassimbon like, railway station. They picked us up in a van all the way through to camp. And then what I remember was like, we got to camp, and then I grabbed my bag. We all got there from the van. I grabbed my bag, and I was just like walking. And then I heard some shout, "Oi, get in line!" And so start marching. I said, what? I don't even know anything about that. Like, you know, I'm a civilian. I just come in. You have to march from the gate. You know, so we have to get in line and then start marching. Like, I said, why is he shouting like that? You know, like, to me, I said, like, why is he shouting at us? You know, but that was it. That's where the shouting began. It began. So, like, and then so all that through training and all those, like, you know, having to do all those, like, the parades, all the marchings, and the discipline about making sure that your uniform is immaculate.
So talking about parade, I will do my very best to see whether I can find the parade, maybe any of the training as well as the passing out parade, and insert it as part of this video, okay? Yeah. The other one as well is I will try and see whether I can find pictures and photos of when we were in phase one. But the reality is, as we were being told as at then, the civilian in you was then being taken out and replaced you to be a soldier.
Straight away from the gate, day one.
Talk me through it.
You know, so like it was hard because I remember like there were like the number, I think we started with I think there were about 42 of us, you know, first 42. But I remember like throughout the whole training, I think there was only 22 or 20 that passed out. And then what I remember is that there were some of the guys, right, that they start shouting at us. You know, when we go on the parade, they scream and shout, and like, if you are late, they scream at you, they punish you, and all that. And then I remember this lad saying, like, "Who are you talking to? Don't talk to me like that." And then the corporal would just like go mental and even escalate the screaming them all. You know, and then this lad, I remember this lad, he said, "I'm not having this." He just went and grabbed his bag. I'm going home.
Guys, let me say something. You know, I think the army definitely comes with, you know, values and standards. If the ordinary civilian person, and this is no disrespect to, you know, people in day-to-day civilian life, I think there is some kind of behaviors and expectations when you are in the army. And unfortunately, if you are not willing to let go, you can't make it in the army. And I think for myself, I struggled. You know, I thought, you know what? You are having what? 20, 21-year-olds speaking to you like, I was like a granddad when I joined. You know, I'm not going to share my age when I joined. But the reality is there was a whole lot of cultural differences. I was hearing of people's names that I'd never heard of before. You know, we were training in a place called Bassimbon. We had never heard of it. Maybe it was a posh area in Cambridge, Washington. You know, it was a big cultural shock. But I think what I am enjoying from today is, you know, we are reflecting on our experiences in the British Army. And I think it's important for maybe, I would encourage other people to do so because sometimes I'll say it's a very, very important part of our journeys.
Yeah,
and unfortunately,
definitely.
we don't have the opportunity to sit back and talk about it. And people who possibly care, there are lots of soldiers who have left the service and things have really not worked well for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So leaving maybe your phase 1 training, phase 2 training,
two, yeah.
you were straight into what? Your unit.
Yeah.
How was
yeah.
units like for you?
Yeah. Like unit was quite different, you know, because like the way things were like things were really strict on basic training. Like it eased up a bit in phase 2, but still the discipline and everything you still have to adhere to that. You know.
So phase 2 is where you
phase
learn
2,
your career.
where
Trade.
we have to do
Okay.
So that's the phase 2 that we do our career training because like in the army like there are so many different trades.
Okay.
So like we went to logistics supplier, you know, and then we both went in the same supply course,
Yeah.
you know, and then you know, so like phase 2 was really good, you know, because like you get to do all your
Let me
training.
share something quickly as well. Phase 2, this guy, you know, Aaron topped the whole group, you know, in terms of the trade supply. None of us had done it before.
Yeah.
But he was the one who topped the group, you know. He was a smart guy. But let's guess what? Let's see how the experience was like when you went into your actual unit. How was it like?
It's you know there are different things that you know I want to touch on, you know, because like because I'm trying not to say certain things which might be taken a different way,
Okay.
you know, but I feel like you have to do your best when you are in the basic training, not your phase 2, you know, in terms of getting promoted and doing your work. And you know sometimes like you know your work, but say what if you get injured or anything like that, your fitness is what like normally they look at,
Okay.
you know, in terms of promoting you, you know. So even though you might be brilliant at your job, but if you are injured and then like you know it's because of your injury, like it will delay your promotion.
Okay. And that was
You
your
know,
experience?
that was my experience, you
Okay.
know, when I was in the army, because like I remember like I went to Afghanistan. When I deployed to Afghanistan, when I came back from Afghanistan, like I had to go for a surgery on my knee.
Okay.
So when I did the surgery on my knee, and then after that, like because it was healing and all that, so all the reconstruction that they did on my knee, it was hard for me to do all the, you know, like say,
Physical stuff.
all the physical stuff, and then like you know because we have to go on a march with big weights, you know, and the rifles and all that. So it was a bit hard on my knee. So what I felt was that I was, you know, it was delaying my promotion
Okay.
in the army, because like even when I have my report, every report that I have, oh, Aaron is brilliant at his job, you know. So it got to a point where like even when a corporal or even a sergeant doesn't know or he's been posted there in the unit and he doesn't know that much about what to do or something like, oh, let's go and see Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You know, go and see Aaron. So they come and see me, and I take them through, you know, the work stuff, what you have to do, and all that. Even sergeants. And I was a private soldier by then.
Okay.
You know, but because like I was brilliant, I was good at my job. You know, not saying that, you know, but that's what I always get, you know, in my report and that. And I always have to train people. So the harder part was like, you know, training people. All the new private that comes in,
See them excel.
yeah, and
See them
then
being
they get
promoted.
promoted
Yeah.
over me.
Okay.
You know, and
Can I ask if anybody is out there watching this video for the first time? Just like I said, my name is Nana S.A. I run a project called Black Next Gen. If that is your experience, you know, in any setting, it may not be in the British Army, it may be in anywhere in your employment. If that's been your experience, by all means, let us know. If you want us to be able to find you to tell your story, yeah, let us know. We are available on all forms of social medias, you know. Yeah, we will want to tell our stories as black and brown people, you know, because our stories are unique. This is a soldier who, for whatever reason, he's got injured because he's not able to progress, you know, with the physical stuff and expectations within the army. Promotion was really more or less non-existent.
no,
yeah?
non-existent now. You know.
Was that one of the main reasons why you had to leave the army?
Yeah, that was the main reason why, because I found myself, training all the new, recruits, all the other new people that got posted in our station. And then, I see them getting promoted over me. And then just because, like, my injury, and after my surgery, like, it was a bit hard.
Okay.
So I felt like I was a bit stagnant. I wasn't progressing, even though I was good at my job. But because of, and I said, like, I didn't get injured by myself. I was training and I got injured. So and I was deployed to Afghanistan and all that.
Okay.
So I felt like I wasn't progressing.
Okay.
So I felt like I need to leave.
Yeah.
Because like there's no point of me being in the army, or because like I thought that I want to like when I joined the army, I want to do the full service.
Okay.
Yeah, full 22-year service.
The army
You
really
know.
gives the opportunity for people to excel,
Yes.
be able to achieve their aspirations and dreams, which is brilliant. But unfortunately, just like we are having Aaron talk about, he was stuck. He was then referred to as a what? Senior private.
Yep.
And
Yep,
it's
that's it.
more or less you marking time for all those years. And for that reason, you had to leave.
Yeah.
Going on to Civistry, how was it like for you? What did you have any thoughts before you left?
No, because like as I said that like I wanted to be in the army for a long time. So when I got a point where I felt like I wasn't getting any progression or any promotion, so I had to leave. It was a bit scary for me, And as most of the soldiers that I've spoken to, or that I know, like leaving the army. And going to civil, like it's just like an unseen world, an unknown.
Yeah.
You just don't know what you're gonna do outside the army. So it was it was really scary, because I didn't know what else I was gonna do. So luckily now, I just thought that I just want to go to university,
Okay.
and then so that like when I finish uni, I'll be able to get like a degree,
Okay.
to get a better another better job outside, So that is the step that I took,
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So when you were leaving the army, did you have anybody to speak to about how Civistry looked like?
Not really, because like you only speak to like when you're leaving the army, you have that career like
Resettlement?
Yeah, resettlement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to you do some resettlement, but you have to find out what you want to do.
Okay.
For the resettlement,
I think this may be a suggestion that other people can look into. When I was leaving the British Army, I didn't have anybody to speak to, and I believe the same experience will be yours.
Yeah.
I think maybe the suggestion could be, if you are having other people to speak to, how is it like in Civistry, Yes, there are careers transition for you to be able to notice that you can get jobs here and that. However, having somebody who can mentor you into Civistry can be a good.
That is a really good idea.
Yeah.
It will like much more beneficial.
Yeah.
If you get someone to point you.
So ideally, there is the unknown. You've been a soldier for all those years. Okay, coming into a Civistry, in as much as the army would support you with that transition, let's bear in mind you were molded from a civilian to a soldier.
Yeah.
Being molded back into a civilian is a big transition by itself. And I think it's not up to me to be able to make those recommendations, but I think if you are having that mentor to go to, for them to talk to you about writing applications, talking about some basic stuff in Civistry will be a good transition point.
Definitely.
If anybody is out there thinking about transitioning, get hold of us. We will support you, and please use the support in the British Army as well. But if you think, you know what, Nana, you speak like me, Aaron, you speak like me, you may understand where I'm coming from, and this does not mean that people in the army may not understand you. But if you think this is how we can support you better, I will make myself available, and I'm sure Aaron will do the same. Okay?
Yeah.
So please get hold of us.
Definitely, because like what we mentioned was that there are so many people that I've even spoke to myself.
Okay.
That when you are leaving the army, that's one of the most scariest things. So there are some people in the army now that they want to leave, but because of the unknown and what it because they haven't got like an idea of what you will do, they are still in it. Yeah, because like some of them are like experiencing like, injuries or like are not really happy at the unit that they are, or getting everyone have got their own reasons
for leaving,
wanting to leave, but they are still stuck with that. that they don't want to leave because they don't they don't know what you'll be doing outside.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one of the problem.
What we would definitely say is, just like I said from point one, the army is a good place, it's a brilliant place to be.
Oh yeah.
However,
Yeah.
you're not going to be in the army until you turn 80. Yeah? So there is definitely that point in time that you're going to leave. We are definitely making ourselves available. If you think, yes, guys, lads, we will want to talk to you about it, we are available.
And then I said, we also know some people, you know, who are in the army now, who have risen through the ranks, you know, to WO2, WO1, you know, but who are just like ourselves.
We've got one of our guys, you know, who we went to phase 1, you know, WO2 Dakon, you know, Aliwa, we tip our hat to you. Well done.
You know,
okay,
and then
there
was this guy that, what do you call it, my brother, called Private Abu.
Okay.
You know, like he's now WO2.
Okay.
You know, so like he's brilliant, and like he came in when I was, you know, so I was training with him in in our unit. So, and then now he's raising, when I left, he's raising all the way through the ranks.
Yeah.
So like just like, mate, you are making us proud. You know, you guys are making us proud.
Guys, well done.
So
to
there's
all
progression
the guys.
still. Yeah.
All the, you know, well done to all the guys who are progressing in there.
Yeah.
We think, you know, we equally do a brilliant job, and we will continue to support and tell such stories so that people can believe that, you know what, there are opportunities wherever we go, and I think it's really, really important if you apply yourself.
Yeah.
Let me put you on the spot, Aaron. Can we do a challenge?
Right.
Press up.
Press up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Right. I'm a fat civilian now, so.
Guys, if we are doing a press up challenge now, who do you think is gonna win? Yeah. Put in your comments. I'm still wearing uniform, but I've still got, you know what, my army skills in me. I'm sure I'm definitely gonna beat him.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, mate.
That's brilliant, Aaron. I wish we were definitely doing that, but for sake of time, you know, I think that's something that I would want to take up.
That'd be
with
another
somebody.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on to civilistry. So you went through
Right.
university, and what I saw over social media was there was a big, you know, incident for you and your family.
Yes. Yeah.
Talk me through it.
Yeah. It's a bit hard to talk about that, you know, because, my missus was pregnant, you know, and then, she was, say a week, she was 2 days overdue. So, we were all just happy, you know, we went for all the scans and everything. Everything was good till the last day that we went to the hospital for her to deliver, our baby boy, Remy. You know, but as it happened, I was just, you know, asked to wait in a room whilst they were delivering my son. So I was there, and then what I remember is I saw about 20 or nurses and doctors. They were all running through the corridor, you know, but nobody was telling me what was going on.
Okay.
So I just what's going on? And then to fast forward, about an hour later, some of the nurses and the doctors they came in to where I was and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we couldn't serve your son. We did all we could." And it was just like a movie, and I think I just passed out on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't even know what happened, and then my Mrs. Mom told me that, "Aaron, you passed out after they told you that." But I didn't even remember what happened. Okay. You know, so it was one of the horrible moments.
I'm sorry.
You know, yeah. So, and then the challenge that I had was my missus was also in because of the anesthetic that they gave her, she was now waking up.
Okay.
So they had to bring her in, and then my challenge was to tell my missus that our son is not, you know, our son is dead. So,
you know what? This is an experience of a family. Unfortunately, maybe I'm privy to hear Aaron tell his story. I'm not the only person who has spoken to Aaron or Aaron has granted an interview. Aaron has been granted interviews by is it BBC?
Yeah.
You know, Aaron has his own stories and motivations in regards to what has gone on. But equally, if that is your experience and you want us to be able to cover that, yes, by all means, we will do that. But I think for us, we are learning from the fact that these experiences sometimes needs to be spoken about, so that you would be able to, help other people who may be going through the same experience to understand that you went through it and you are still strong, And I believe for whatever reason that you may have lost Remy, was it due to natural causes? What was the explanation given to you?
The explanation was it was like a rare, like a rare incident called I think that they call it vasa previa.
Okay.
The vasa previa is where there's some ligaments that goes under the baby's head.
Okay.
Like instead of getting tucked away onto the placenta, like it goes round. So what actually happened was that when my missus was pushing, the baby's head was coming, not knowing that there was some ligaments under his head.
Okay.
But because all the that can be detected with a color scan, but all the scans that they did, it was all in black and white.
Okay.
So they couldn't spot all those ligaments that was a bit loose around the head. So, but if they had used a color Doppler, they could have detected that, and then they could have just done like a C-section to get him out. So when my missus was pushing, she was bleeding. So I was stood next to her, so I thought that, oh right, is it normal? But I thought it's childbirth, so maybe they might bleed a bit.
Okay.
But the bleeding was a bit more, and it was a bit too clear. So I was like, we need to do something here. But not knowing that those ligaments, the head came up a bit and then tore the ligaments.
Oh, dear.
So, but those ligaments were the one that was supplying blood to my son.
Oh, right.
So eventually, whilst we were stood there and the blood was coming, when they made a decision to take him to take my missus to theater to go and do a C-section quickly, my son had bled out.
I'm sorry.
So when they did a C-section and then he came out, he has lost basically all his blood in him. So they had to perform a CPR for about an hour.
Wow.
Just to be able to resuscitate him and then bring him back. And then my missus too suffered an anaphylactic shock, as they call it. And then she also they were performing CPR on her and then CPR on my son, whilst I didn't know. So.
To anybody watching out there, if you may be thinking the content is a bit, too much for you, I would definitely encourage, that is somebody's story. And we wouldn't want Aaron to, downplay any point of it. That is your journey. That's your story.
Yeah, because it takes me back to the situation, that I'm just trying to hold, not crying at the minute.
And I can definitely see that. Aaron, I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. But equally, I just wanted to know, as the father, or maybe, holding that family together, how was it like for you? How did it go for you?
It was a bit hard. It was really hard because, as we say, as a man, you have to be always strong. Okay. So I was trying to be strong for my missus. Because as I remember, I had to tell her when she was coming out from the anesthetic and she was waking up, she just tapped me, Aaron, where's Remy?
Okay.
Where's Remy? And I said I just didn't know what do I say? What do I tell her? So that was one of the hardest bit to tell her. So the nurses had to tell her because I couldn't. Okay. So when they told her that, that was one of the worst thing I ever saw, because my miss breaking down about that. So. But I tried after the incident, and we came home and all that. We had to go and bury him and all that. So it was just I had to remain strong as a man, because my missus was crying constant, and that she was devastated. So I felt I had to hide my emotions, and then try to support her as best as I could. Because if she's crying and I'm also crying, then who is gonna hold her together?
Okay.
Yeah. So. I remember, consoling her and everything and being strong for her, but when she's not around, when she's not there, I just like get in my car and drive to the cemetery where we buried him,
Okay.
and then just go and park there, and then I cry my eyes out,
Oh, dear.
and then for however long, and then I just get back in the car and come back home, but I just wouldn't let her know what I've been doing and dealing with it myself. So,
Can I share something as well? So, as males, and equally, that is something that we can find out culturally in some contexts. I am from Ghana. There is that context that, you know what, you are a man, you have to be strong. Yeah? It's said in my language, very men soon. All that it means is men don't
Men
cry.
don't cry, yeah.
Which is a bit, we need to be asking the rationale behind it. But this is a situation for you where you realize that you couldn't naturally be yourself, cry before your missus,
Yeah.
and you had to actually move yourself away in order for you to be able to go and shed tears
yeah, yeah,
before you could come back.
yeah.
How could you manage yourself?
It was really hard. It was really hard dealing with it because, like, trying to contain your emotions, and then, like, you don't want to appear weak into people, or don't want, like, people sympathy, like,
Okay.
say, that why are you crying or why are you doing. So I have to just contain everything in myself, So like even whilst I'm on my own and alone, sometimes I stay up late at night, and then I just cry my ass out, just let it go, because sometimes I feel like, oh, people are going through everyone is going through their own issues. People are going through other.
So, Aaron, you talked to us about, a very difficult experience for you, and I believe you are not the only family who may have gone through some kind of, challenge through childbirth or some kind of trauma as a family. And I would definitely appeal if you've got any, fathers out there who, for whatever challenge that may have come to the family, and you want to talk about it, by all means, get in touch. Because I think
that'd be
the
fine,
talking really talks.
It does.
It really helps.
It helps.
you
It
know.
really helps. Yeah.
It really helps. And as you were going through all that trauma, you were still working.
Yeah.
Okay. And you weren't just working, you were excelling at your work. So what is coming to light is there was a mask that you were putting on.
Yes.
Talk to us about what you do, because I think, Aaron is an amazing guy. I don't know the kind of human being, the kind of gene that he's going
I
in.
wish I was.
But yeah, talk to us. What were you doing and what are you doing now?
Like work-wise,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Right. Do you want me to go back all the way from when I started
You
the
know
work?
what?
Or,
When all this was going on,
Right.
Aaron was working.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's managed to get promotion. Yeah, this is not
Yeah.
to rub it in. He's managed to get promotion. Okay. Talk to us, Aaron.
Yeah. So like I started my railway journey. Say like actually, I was before it used to be Virgin trains. Yeah. So the Virgin trains, like we've got a first class carriages, where we serve the first class customers. So what I was doing was that I was just working with some different agency, where when the train comes, we just do the picking and packing. We just pack all the food and all the drinks that they wanted, and then so that when the train comes, we just run and run to that be on time.
That's it.
And then put the cart, onto the
train,
So I was just like putting food onto the first class, carriages. And then like I remember the first time when I started the work, I got on put the food on the first class, and I was coming out, the door shut. So
Okay.
I ended up in Warrington.
The next town, okay.
Yeah, about
Oh my
2
God.
stops away.
Oh, dear.
And I had to come back again. I was new to that.
Okay,
Okay. So it was what I was doing that. That was when I was still at I'd say at uni. I was doing part time.
Okay.
With that agency. So stacking food on the trains. And then when I was about to finish uni, I spoke to the station manager and asked her that I want to join the
You spoke
railways.
to
The station manager.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that because I wasn't working for the railways. It was just like they've got a different agency where that they put the food, so that they subcontracted a different agency or different company to just provide them with the food on first class lunch, or no, on first class, on the trains.
Coaching, yeah.
Yeah. So that was what I was doing. And then like I spoke to the manager that, oh, like I'm interested in joining the railways. So, and then she said, oh, Aaron, like, you know, whilst working here with these people, like, and know, we know that you work well, you know, so that's fine. So let's go. So she recommended me to go for this recruitment event that they used to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I quite remember the day that the recruitment event.
I heard it on BBC.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead. I'm really keen on listening.
That was why BBC, you know, got in touch,
Yeah.
you know, just like to talk to me about that story.
Okay.
You know, because what happened was like when I went to the recruitment event, I was saying that there was no parking space, so like I was finding it a bit hard to get somewhere to park, and then when I found like somewhere to park and I went over, I opened the door and I saw that they've already started the recruitment event, and there were over 30 to 40 applicants who were already sat there. And then I realized that I was the only black person going for that event, that railway recruitment event. So what I told myself that there is no way me being the only black person that I was going to get this job.
Wow.
Yeah. So what I did was that I just closed the door and then turned back. I was just going home, you know, thinking that, oh, I'll try to apply it again sometime, you know. But lucky enough, one of the assessors came out and then asked me, oh, if I was looking for someone. And I said I was coming for the recruitment event, but I'm a bit nervous, so I'm just going home.
Wow.
and then...
So soldiers are human beings. They all feel nervous at certain times. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I just told her that I was nervous, but that wasn't the reason why I was going home.
For you to just leave.
That wasn't the main reason why I was going back home was because I thought that over almost 40 applicants who were sat there for the recruitment event, and I'm the only one black person, black man or black person in the event. All of them were white, so I thought that there's no chance I'm gonna get this job, you know, because there's so many people.
Has it been your experience, you know, where you have felt that because you're a minority, certain things were not going to work in your favor? But sometimes we believe, you know, there is a Most High up there, okay? For those of you who believe in God, it is what it is. There is faith. If that's been your experience where you felt, you know what, something amazing happened, despite my thought and experience of being a minority, being the only black, brown person, maybe because I believe in God, this is what happened. Aaron, what didn't happen?
Right. So I went back in with that lady who just asked me, you know, to come back in. So I went back with her, and then I did all the events and everything. And then later, about 3 days later, the woman met me at one of the stations and said, Aaron, like, I need to tell you this. I shouldn't tell you this, but because of what happened, you know, all the assessors gave you higher marks. Yeah, all of them gave you higher marks, so you will get this job.
Wow.
So I was just like, what?
Wow.
You know.
Okay.
Right. So that was where I just went for the interviews. Yeah, after that, I just went for the interview and I passed the interview, and then I started, you know, working at the railways, you know, as a welcome host, like, you know, at the ticket barriers where, you know, like people coming through the station, we are the staff there to help them with their tickets and everything, make sure that they've got the right ticket to come to the station.
And working in the railways, you didn't just go in there as an ordinary worker. You were doing something extra. On the board somewhere, you know. I saw it on, you know, when you check it on Google, you type Aaron Kodia. It's something that you see. Talk to me, you know, about this motivation thing. Go ahead.
Like with the motivation thing, because I was going through my own personal issues, you know, and then I say, like, even when I lost my kid and all that. So all that, and then like when I read a quote, or I even started with writing my own quotes.
Okay.
Yeah. So before I used to commute to a different station to go and work. I used to work at Stoke Station before I got transferred to Crewe. So on the train, I just like think about life, and then I keep thinking about life, and I started writing my own quotes. Okay. And then I realized that, you know, there are many people going through certain issues, you know, depression, anxiety, or, you know, stress, and maybe people, and then another thing is like there are some people commit suicide on the railways, you know, and then some of them like they've come out of a relationship. You know, I remember a young lad just jumped over
Oh, dear.
and then killed himself. But sorry to say all that, but it just like all that. I felt like, why don't I share all these quotes at the station so that whoever is coming through, it might, it might inspire them.
For the day.
Maybe what they are going through, they might read a quote, and then that will help them through their journey or through their day. So that's how I started with the quotes.
Wow.
And then I started sharing that, and then I realized that there were that other celebrities were coming through the stations, and then they were taking the pictures of my board, and then putting it on their social media, and so like it became like everybody knew about it. So many people were talking about it. So I had many people coming to the station taking the picture of my board, and then I had people come and tell me, "Oh, Aaron, this quote it really resonated with me. It really helped me." Up to a point where some of them even write a letter, even when I'm at work.
Okay.
They give it to my station manager, and I go there, Aaron, I've got a letter for you. I said, what have I done? I think, what have I done?
Wow.
And then the customer, I've just left a letter that they like say whatever code that I wrote the day before is really helped him in his life. So that's what happened. So
Aaron, you didn't just just write the quotes. You didn't just stop there. And I think I really love the fact that you are owning it. You were talking about if we were all listening, he was referring, Aaron, you referred to as my board. That was a space that you identified as that is your space that you wanted to use to motivate other people. You didn't just stop on the board. You moved on further with a quote. What did you do with all them quotes?
Well, when I realized that the quote, like that, say many people were like it was helping so many people coming through the station, and then some of them come to me and tell me, "Oh, this quote has helped my son. He's going through depression." And every time I just come and take a picture of a quote, and then go. People just come to the station, just come and take a picture of the quote, and then go back home, and then so that they can help their son, to build on their confidence or depression or so. Some of the customers said, like, Aaron, why don't you put all your quotes, in a book for us?
Wow.
So that we can have all your best quotes, because every quote you put on is brilliant. Wow. So I said, okay, fair enough, because there are people who are not coming through the station who can see what is happening in the station so I feel like if all the quotes I'm putting on there is they are all helping some people that coming through that see it. Why don't I just write a book? Put everything in a book, and just so that whoever can get it
can actually
benefit from the quotes. So that was the reason why I wrote that book.
Guys, Aaron is not just a soldier. He's not just a father. He's not just working in the railways. We'll talk more about the railway successes. He's also an author. So you've written a book as well.
Yeah. So that book is called Developing a Strong Mindset.
Please check it out. It's
on Amazon.
Okay. These are the reasons why we need to celebrate people like you. Okay. I'm still going back to the army, where I believe nobody ever believed that we have an author in the army when you were working there as a senior private. And that is the reality, where this project has been launched to be able to celebrate people who have been through the service and making great progresses. Aaron, well done for that. I really tip my hat off.
Thanks for that.
I really tip my hat off, and I'm really proud of you.
I was proud about that, because as soon as I released that book, 2 days later, it became a #1 best-selling book on Amazon.
Check it out. Okay.
So
I think we owe somebody like this.
People love that.
It is really inspirational to have somebody who has gone through a very difficult time, still selling out. A #1 book, motivating people.
It's all about 500 motivational quotes. And I've just grouped them into, like, when you're going through depression, there are many quotes about depression, and then quotes about relationship breakdown. Say when you've come out of relationship, and like some motivational quotes that will help you, deal with the breakup, and then how to build yourself up to move forward, and then stress and anxiety,
What I may say is, if you buy the book and you want Aaron to sign for you, get in touch with me. I will hold him and make sure he signs the book for you, because he's an inspiration to all of us. It is really important. And I will definitely put snippets of when his book was being launched and everything at the same station, where it all started. And I think it's brilliant for you to be able to, marry your book, to where the whole journey started, you know. Aaron, this is where we don't want to leave the station. You've been at the station, and there's been another, you know, there's been maybe 2 or 3 success stories. You were selected for a very special occasion.
Yes.
Talk to
Yes.
me.
Yes. Like every year, I think before, like it used to be Virgin Trains, you know,
Owned by Sir
owned
Richard
by
Branson.
Sir Richard Branson.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
great.
And then like every year he select 100 best employees out of all his companies in the whole world. So talking about Virgin Galactica, Virgin Media, you know, Virgin Atlantic, you know, all like in the whole world. I think he's got about 72,000 employees worldwide. You know, so he select 100 out of all the 72,000, and then give them like an invite. And then he organized a big party in London. You know, put you in a posh hotel. You know, and then
Wow.
So I was lucky enough, you know, to be selected as part of the 100 best employees. Yeah, out of the whole world. So I quite remember when I went down to London to meet, because I was with Branson with his family. You know, they were all around, and then they come and talk to you, and they congratulate you like that you were doing a really good job for Virgin, and you know, so it was an honor to, you know, to meet Richard Branson.
That's great.
You know, because
That's great.
and then like whilst I was there, like because all the 100 that they came from, some from Australia, some from South Africa, some from China, some from US, and there was this guy that I always remember, like one of the astronauts.
Okay.
Yeah, he was an astronaut in the Galactica.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but 100 out of the whole 72,000, that was a, you know.
Aaron, we
yeah.
really tip our hat off, you know.
Yeah.
It shows how much commitment you have, you know, for the work that you do. But
Yeah.
equally, you know, you are not just looking at, oh, let me do my best for the very small community that I have. But equally, the people that you work for equally recognize you in terms of, you know, your great work. And you were selected amongst the very few,
Yeah.
you know, to represent the company. So well done for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Thank you.
It's still interesting where I still want to celebrate you, because it's not just being selected to meet Sir Richard Branson. You've also had further promotions as well.
Yeah.
Yo,
Like, before-
I don't know, whoever this guy is being supported with, and I believe it's God. Yeah, I believe if God is going his hand on you, we all believe that. You know, you are going to move from one step to the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the current situation.
Like I say, after I got selected for that 100, you know, best employees, we also have like a National Rail Staff Awards. You know, that we call it the Railway Oscars.
Okay.
You know, so like it's just about you get selected, you know, you get nominated, and you have to vote for you and all that. So it's like competing against all like all let's say railway workers in the whole of England, Northern Ireland, you know, Scotland. You know, so I got selected for 2 like say for 2 awards.
Okay.
Say Outstanding Customer Service Award, and then the Station Staff of the Year Award. So I came as what do you call it? I was a finalist.
Okay.
In the Outstanding Customer Service Award, and then like so when I went for that what do you call it, for that event, I thought, oh right, I thought I was gonna win the Outstanding Customer Service Award, and then when I didn't win, I just like, you know, I was about to just go back to the hotel, you know, and then like they went on to Station Staff of the Year Award 2019. So and then I was just sat there. I just gave up. I was just about to go to my hotel, and then when they were mentioning everyone, and just like Aaron Kodua, the winner,
Whoa.
and I said like, what? So yeah, so I actually won that. That's like, you know, against every railway worker, you know, at the station, you know, and the Station Staff of the Year, I got that as well.
Aaron, well done.
You know,
Well
so
done. Well done.
yeah, like I feel like I've been lucky. You know,
Well, I wouldn't say you've
you
been
know,
lucky. You've definitely
yeah.
put in the grafts. You've definitely
Well,
put
yeah.
in your good work. Okay.
Yeah.
And we still believe that, you know what, the Most High God is still looking after you. Okay.
Yeah.
It may be debatable, but at the end of the day, that's your faith and that's what you want to project. Aaron, it's not just about awards. You've not stopped your work from receiving those awards. You've continued to progress.
Yes.
What's
yes.
your current situation at the moment?
Recently, I went for an interview for the trade manager.
Okay.
You know, for Avanti. That's our current employer, Avanti West Coast.
Yeah.
Yes, and God being so good, I passed the interview.
No,
You
just
know.
like I said, Aaron is full
And
of
then-
celebrations. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I passed the interview for the trade manager. So I'm just waiting to start my training in January.
Okay.
To become a trade manager. So my office will be on the train. Checking all the tickets. So anybody who haven't got a ticket and come on my train,
Oh, dear.
they've got me. Even you coming on my train, you haven't got a ticket. You've got me to deal with, man. I'll just boot you off,
Guys,
out somewhere.
let me share one
Yeah.
thing. I've really celebrated Aaron for today. Not just today, because, I heard his story and I was thinking, this can be a very difficult time for him. As soldiers, when we leave, things can be difficult, and we know the statistics in terms of, post-traumatic stress and all that. But all that it means is, with families going through that, I think we all need families. We need people around us to be able to support us. Equally, being able to get back onto your feet, being
Yeah.
able to do your day-to-day job, despite the trauma of, of your family circumstance, you continue to excel. Yeah. Aaron, for me, I would say, is really being an amazing experience speaking to you. Aaron is not just about his experience in the army. He's not just about his experience on the train lines. He goes around schools and talk to, young people about, his experience, and also on the trains as well. I continue to take my hat off. You know what, Aaron, I wouldn't want to take too much of your time, but to make everybody feel much relaxed and celebrate, the success that Aaron and his family has had, I think let's end on a very positive note. Aaron has a little boy with a missus.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Little Raiden.
So we have Raiden.
Raiden, yeah, yeah.
Aaron, talk to us about your star.
Raiden, he's a nice lad.
Good lad.
He's a good lad. But a little bit cheeky sometimes.
Okay, maybe like daddy.
Yeah, oh, no.
Oh, it's from mom. We don't know.
I always say he's got his mom's temper.
Okay.
And he's got my cheekiness,
Okay.
like his smile and all that, So, yeah, he's a nice lad, because, we are glad that we've got him,
Yeah.
After all that we've been through,
Yeah.
So it's just like, because we always have to take him to, to Raiden's. No, Remy's.
Okay.
Just go to make him familiarize himself with it, and that. But we know that there'll be questions when he grows.
Okay.
But he's a little, say a joy.
Diamond. Okay.
Yeah, a little joy. Yeah, Raiden.
That's great.
So
guys, just like we always say, if you've got a story of this nature, any story that you want us to talk about, just for us to be able to inspire, other families, other parents, other young people who may be going through all this. Oh, I'm thinking about joining the army. We are available. Let us know. We will support you. Equally, with all that Aaron and his family have gone through, still the strength is there, the resilience is there, and you are continuing to pursue. I think all that we want to be able to use this platform, as Black Next Gen for, is to be able to inspire the next generation, okay, which is equally important. So just like I said, my name is Nana SA. If you've got a story out there which you definitely want us to cover, please get in touch with us via the different, social medias. Just check Black Next Gen. You will find us. And we would encourage, if you've definitely been inspired by this story, subscribe to our channel, because there will be loads of it. I will be finding loads of the ex-army guys, who have got inspiring stories to talk to us about, because I think we need to celebrate our ex-soldiers, our veterans and all that, we need to definitely celebrate them. Aaron, if I want to say, let's end on a note. Give us a motivation, give us your quote. What would you say?
Motivation.
Anything that you want to say for us to be able to wrap up for today.
Right. What I want to say is one thing about, say, if you are at work, all these awards that I've won and all these, writing a book and all that, it all stems from, like not just going to work and just doing what you're doing and just going home.
Okay.
But sometimes like, you know, going above and beyond,
Okay.
or like just putting yourself there and just doing something, even whatever you feel like, you know, doing, just do something extra.
Okay.
You know, it's those extra that people notice.
Okay.
You know, and that can put you in a good stand. Because all these awards that I won, like my work colleagues, you know, had to put me up for it,
Okay.
and then vote for me, and some, you know, give me like some kind of like write up, you know, so that when say I got nominated for that by my work colleagues.
Okay.
So just like because I do extra at work, so and then they see that. So whatever you do, make sure that you do with honesty, and then just try to not just do your daily job, but just find something, and then do that make you happy, and then just do it. And then also like when I was going for this job, when I thought I was the only black person, so I wouldn't get this job, you know, what I want to say is like, whatever you feel like you want to do, just forget about who you are. You know, don't let it stop you from achieving your goal, or like say like getting something that you say, or pursuing something that you want to pursue because of the skin of the color of your skin. You know, because as I always say that we are all human beings. You know, but it's what you can do, and you put yourself out there. Don't just be discouraged about because you are black, or because you are Asian, or because you are from an ethnic minority background, you won't succeed in life.
Guys, this is a true story of somebody who continued to pursue. You know, he pursued through his years in the British Army. He pursued through his years, you know, working in the railways. And I'm sure if, you know, somebody will be cheeky enough, send it through to Sir Richard Branson. You know, we've have, you know, him telling all the positive story, and this is no PR for the train lines, not at all. This is his journey, and I think we need to celebrate it. So if we've got other people who have got stories of that nature, we will want to be the mouthpiece. If you are an ex-army and you've got a story that you want us to capture, because lots of us are doing well, you know, and I'm proud to say, yes, we want to show people that it was a good experience. We enjoyed our journey, and you know what, on a more positive note, I wish I could salute if I had my beret on, but you know what, Kodia has been really, I called him Kodia, I couldn't call him Aaron. That's just what the army does.
Exactly.
You know, Aaron, it's really been a pleasure, you know, talking to you today, and thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thanks to meet you again, wise man.
Yeah.
Like, you are the one who always have to put us right in training. All the advice you give us and point us to the right direction.
It is well.
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
well.
Great. Thanks for having me.
It's been great. I'm definitely going around looking for all the guys that we did phase 1 with. And also, you know, other people that we met in the army. If you want us to tell your stories, get in touch with us via Black Next Gen. And yeah, until we meet again, stay in touch.